Heat. What is heat, children? Whether heating or cooling, the end result is that the two objects become the same temperature after a period of time. This is called thermal equilibrium. Now consider a mug of steaming tea. It feels warm to your fingers. Why is that? Because a hot thing warms up a cooler thing by the transfer of heat energy. People used to think that heat was some sort of weightless thing called caloric that moved from a hot object to the cold object, that is, from the tea to your hand. But that didn't explain why. For example, two cold things can heat each other up when you rub them together. We now know that heat is a form of energy created by the movement of molecules in an object. Heat transfer. Heat energy is transferred from an object of high temperature to one of lower temperature by conduction, convection, and radiation. This process is usually called heat transfer or heat flow, although it is the thermal energy that is really being transferred. Now, what makes the liquid in a thermometer rise or fall in response to the temperature? Which contains more heat, a boiling tea kettle or a swimming pool of lukewarm water? So the most precise way to describe heat flow is this. The mug of tea was hot relative to your hand. When you touched the mug, the molecules in your hand moved faster as heat energy flowed from the mug to your hand. As a result, the mug had slightly less heat energy and its molecules moved more slowly. The mug becomes cold over time. Cold is simply the absence of heat. Cold cannot be transferred. When I pick up an ice cube, my hand feels cold. Now, which way is heat flowing? The most important thing to know is that warm things can heat up cooler things. But remember that heat, not cold, is transferred and that heat is not an intrinsic property of an object. The process of heat transfer continues until everything is at the same temperature. If I leave my mug of tea on the table while I check my email, heat will flow from the mug to the room until the tea is at the same temperature as the room, which is called equilibrium.